All right, mic check, 1 2 1 2, live and direct from the mothership, baby. It is the Doughboy and Werm show.
Yes, sir.
Brought to you in part by, JSL Radio. Brought to you in part by Goodness and Mercy. Brought to you in part by the Doughboy Project. Brought to you in part by Love.
Indeed.
And brought to you in part by God.
Indeed.
You believe in God, though?
You asked me that after I literally DJ a whole Sunday service for you?
Yeah. Some people don't, though.
Yeah, well.
What's your relationship? You got a relationship with the Lord?
Come on, man. Of course I do.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
My relationship has changed over the years since I gotten older.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm a church boy.
Yes.
For people who don't know.
Right, yes.
I am definitely a church kid. Grew up in the church. Did the whole thing, Sunday school, vacation Bible school, church 3 days a week. Directed the choir. We did the whole thing. I did the whole shebang.
Right.
And I actually got a Korean gospel, now that I'm thinking about it.
Wow.
Shout out to the Takeover.
Indeed. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Inglewood.
Indeed.
And yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. But however,
you said that the podcast was brought to us or
by
to
God.
You. By God. Yeah.
By God.
Indeed.
So yes. So yeah, but my relationship is with God has been pretty solid lately. Can't say the same for women. But you know what I'm saying?
Yo, you just jumped into that like crazy, man.
Yo, don't I just speed down the block? I just speed. I just speed. Yo,
did you just say you can't speak on the relationship that women have with God, son? Yo! Oh, you trying to get us canceled, son.
What?
Son.
Listen, man, women get...
Oh, you're about to get us canceled, son.
Why? I'm just being honest, man. I'm just being honest because I just think that there's a war going on currently between. It's like a battle of the sexes for real.
Okay, all right. I could see.
Do you feel the energy though?
I could see that. Especially if you're on social media and stuff like that. Heavy. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of that.
It's almost all of it.
Yeah. I mean, but they, you know why I can't 100% co-sign that, because people really come at me and say that I perpetuate a lot of that shit on my social media.
How so?
Things like that. Because I do a lot of relationship, male, female dynamic posts and things like that. And, sometimes...
You post me.
Yeah.
You talk about me getting canceled. You the one that be poking the bear over there on your page. I'll be reading shit like...
I really don't be I'm really just trying to give out some game, bro. I'm too old to use it. I'm giving it out for free. Like, yo, here's the game, bro. Here's the game, sis. You want to know why this is the way it is? This is why. Now, you may not like that, but this is why. I'm going to give you some game. That's it. What you do with the game is totally up to you.
You had a post recently about settling. And
yeah.
and I kind of want to expand on that because, I think settling has such a negative connotation. It's got so much negativity put on it, for settling.
Right.
And I kind of want to hear your thoughts on that. If you could just unpack that whole thing with the settling thing. What do you think? I'm gonna pull it up too. You guys start.
Yo, pull it up. Actually, because I lead with the actual definition of what settling is.
You did.
And that was my point. That was literally my point. So you can pull it up. The post leads with the definition of
settle. Verb. Use with object. Settled, settling. To appoint, fix, or resolve definitely or conclusively. Agree upon as time, price, or conditions. That word.
Right.
So now it says, I wrote a post on a criminally overused phrase, I don't want to settle. After reading it, I ask myself, and now you, what is settling? By definition, it means to come to an agreement, a resolution. So basically, we're saying we don't want to compromise. To be fair, most people who say this phrase have settled before and paid the price. Now they are unwilling to budge. They're told they can have it all. And now that's the only thing they will accept. Ooh. But reality shows us otherwise. Nobody will have all of the qualities that we're looking for. That doesn't mean that they aren't perfect for us. We will all have to settle. That doesn't mean you're settling for less.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please, Sensei, school the youngins on settling, and then I'll jump in, and then, you know what I'm saying? The floor is yours.
It's just, I think we put, like you said, a negative connotation on the word settle. If you look at the word settling as compromising or agreeing, then we all have to settle in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. I mean, I believe that men understand that much better than women do. Like, we know that the woman that we want is not going to or the woman that we're going to get is not going to check all of the boxes. We've walked into it knowing that.
For sure.
We walked in knowing that the woman, our girlfriend, is not going to be Nia Long. We know that.
For sure.
So
you don't want Nia Long anyway.
I'm just saying, I'm using her because she is right. You know I don't.
No, you know what's funny though?
What?
I got a homie who used to date Nia Long, and he got a story.
Oh boy.
Ooh, and
Stop. You're ruining a lot of people's fantasies, bruh. You really are.
We were at the Ivy, right? Hold up, time out. Worm's True Hollywood Stories.
This
we
is
take
bad.
a break.
All right, Nia Long fans, this is bad. Brace
Nia
yourself.
Long fans, yo, listen, it changed people. I did LA hard for 16 years. Let me tell you, I'm gonna run across some folks.
Right.
And I'm friends with folks who run across those folks.
Right.
Me and my homeboy, we at the Grove chilling and shit. We minding our business, you know what I'm saying? We just that and the third. Matter of fact, we wasn't at the Grove, we were at the Ivy. So we were over there chilling, whatever, having a little brunch or whatever. It's daytime. We chilling, all of a sudden, my homeboy's like, here she come. I'm like, who are you talking about? Here comes Neil. You motherfucker, you ain't shit, motherfucker. It walks off. And I'm eating my food like, what the fuck is going on? I said, you better tell me this story, what's going on. He was like, yo, this is what happened. It was my first time seeing Nia Long ever in person.
Right.
I'm with my homeboy.
Right.
My brother.
Right.
And so you have to imagine all of my Love Jones.
It's over.
I was like, yo,
right.
She was.
You just like ruined it for mad Nia Long fans.
I don't care though. Yo, these people are regular people. Like
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be talk about pedestalizing too.
Right.
But anyway, a sidebar.
Right.
I'll cut it out. But I had to remember that story.
Oh my God.
So I had to share it. I ain't tell who my homeboy is, but
Right.
that's my Nia Long story.
Right.
Anyway, so settling.
So most men understand that the woman that they're with or the woman they're going to be with isn't going to check off all the boxes. So we automatically know we got to settle in some kind of capacity. You know what I mean? So you never really hear men go, I'm not settling. Like we don't do that. That's not a phrase that we use. For women, they've taken this whole settling concept and just made it super negative. Look, I know that any woman that I dated had to settle in some kind of capacity when they dated me. I'm not built like The Rock, son. Like I'm a regular blue collar guy, all of that. So I understand that there are certain boxes that I don't check off. if you date me, you clearly are aware of that. Now, that may not be that deep to you, or it may be that deep to you, but everybody has to settle. I think most of these people, and I'm going to say women, y'all going to be mad at me, they have this extremely lengthy checklist of things that they would like. Now, the problem is, are these things that you would like, or are these things that you require? You understand what I'm saying? And we are confusing the two. So now you have this long list of requirements that you're not budging on, and it's like unrealistic as hell. It's like you want them to be 6'3", body ripped to shreds. You want them to have a job making over $100K, but you don't want them to be hood, but you want them to be a little hood. You know what I'm saying? You don't want them to be in the street, but you want him to be able to run up on somebody and knock them down with a two-piece if y'all ever get into some shit. It's like it's a whole bunch of requirements, and some of them actually counter the requirements that you have. So it's these super unrealistic sets of standards and requirements, and then you say, but I want all of these, and I'm not going to budge unless I get all of these. And here's the killer.
The killer is women are fucking crazy.
Stop it.
Why? Women are crazy and unreasonable.
This is going to be that.
And that's just the bottom line. And they're living in a delusion.
Stop it. It's not all women.
99%.
This is the type of time you're on today?
This is the type of time I'm on, because I don't think it's cool what women are doing to us. I don't think it's fair. And we're being villainized for it. We're being penalized for it. And they're not even perfect. The fact of the matter is that they want to be us anyway. They want to move like us. They want to date like us. They want to have the options and choices that we have. They want to provide like us. They want to be us. They don't want to work with us. So anybody that they want to go up and they see and they have aspirations to date, all these high profile, whatever their checklist is not what they're going to get. You're not going to get it because it's unrealistic.
But here's the thing, and this is where it gets super weird, bro.
Hold up, though.
What?
Not only is it unrealistic, they're not competitive.
Okay.
Women don't compete for us. They don't compete amongst each other for us.
But this is all right. That's what I was about to say. Now, in the climate that they're in, they're told they don't have to. I don't think a lot of this is and it's funny because like Doughboy's on a podcast defending women. This is great. I don't think that a lot of it is their hardwired nature, quote unquote. I think a lot of this is perpetuated. They continue this narrative to say, well, you don't have to. And you see people who are successful who said, I don't have to. So it's like Dawn that's sitting here is saying, well, I don't have to either. And now it's like, but Beyonce had her husband cheat on her and she made a whole record about it and she took him back. You see what I'm saying? Like all of these people who you idolize and all of the images and all of the things that are perpetuated, they're not even doing in real life. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't think that they really believe that. Well, they believe it now. I don't think that they believed that before. I don't think they believed that I could have it all. I think they were very realistic until you see everybody saying that you should have it all. You're supposed to have it all. You can have it all. Then it's like, well, I want it all too then. If Mary has it all, I want it all. And you don't even know what Mary's life is like. I mean, speaking of Mary's, we saw what Mary J. Blige's life was like. You know what I'm saying?
Hypergamy is a motherfucker. That's just what it is. And the women make the rules, and the men adhere to the rules because we have no other choice, because we have to have sex.
But that
So we're good. We have to appease to these rules, and the rules that they're setting, all this 30-day rule, 90-day rule, all this whatever rule, whatever checklist they got for people, it's counterproductive to what we need.
But I think it's counterproductive to what everybody needs.
Because
it's not working for anybody.
Is the relationship dead?
Oh, wow. Is the relationship dead? I think with the mind state that most people have, it's dead. I'll say this, and I've been saying this a lot.
What do you think? Think is dead?
I think that the majority of people do not have the emotional intelligence to be in a functional relationship.
For sure, because a lot of people are not working on themselves enough, and,
Right.
and there's a lot of people who are unfinished products, who are not, or unhealed people going into relationships not fully healed from their past wounds or trauma enough to be functional, enough to love themselves, enough to be in a relationship to love someone else. That's the problem, and it's selfish because people are putting their own personal gains and thoughts and aspirations ahead of their own self.
But people are selfish.
But that's what I'm saying. Is the relationship dead? If you're gonna be selfish, then let's just be selfish together. Don't just say like, okay, I want you to. We gonna be in a relationship, and oh, you can only be with me, and I can only be with you. And if I'm not fucking you, you gotta be there and take that.
Wow, really? Damn! It's this kind of podcast.
I'm just saying.
Okay. I mean,
that's selfish. If you and then you don't want it, because women got this little low key claim like possessiveness, ownership over us. Like, yo, that's my dick. That's my this, my that.
But
and I'm like, yo, if it is what you say it is. And when I need you to be in the clutch, when I need you to be in the clutch for what I need to be in the clutch,
oh my God.
and you ain't in the clutch, and then I'm sitting on a bench, and I'm like, what?
Oh my God.
You supposed to be in the clutch, but wait, I can't get off the bench either?
Oh my God.
I can't even get in the game?
All
That's selfish. What say you? Defend it since you're on the women's side today, Doe Beezy.
I think everybody's selfish to a certain degree, but I'm very Joker.
Of course.
I'm very Joker Dark Knight-ish.
I'm selfish. I want sex whenever I want it, on call and on cue, and I want you to act like you want it on call and on cue.
All right, so
That's
it's funny because I had this conversation. I really had this conversation maybe last week. Now, I do agree with you to a certain degree because, you know, men are sexual people, so I'm a sexual guy. But here's where I differ a little bit. I don't want any charity pussy. So if I want it and you don't want it, I don't want it.
There's nothing worse. And for those who don't know what charity pussy is,
I don't want it.
It's the lazy sex. It's definitely the rollover.
It's the
lazy.
Here, nigga.
And
I
don't want that.
That's an awful sexual experience. So if you don't want to have sex, and I do, we can't. It's not clicking. So that's the issue that I have. I need somebody to want to have it. So if I want it on cue, I need you to be on the same page.
Exactly.
And that's damn near impossible with people's schedules, with people doing what they do, people's hormonal shit going back and forth.
Which is why settling
Right.
is phenomenal.
Right.
Because like it really is like one man's junk is another man's treasure in a sense, because for me, I could be someone may look down on me, they may see me as equal, or I could be someone who sees me as a god.
Right.
Now, which one would I rather be with? I'd rather be with the one that sees me as a god.
Right. Now, on your side, if a woman does not want to engage with her partner, and that's her decision. For whatever the decision is, and for whatever reason it is, you got to stand on what comes with that. And I think that is the problem. So if you don't want to be intimate with me, you have to deal with the consequences of not being intimate with me, which means that I will seek intimacy somewhere else.
And before we even get to that, I'm going to bring it to your table.
Right.
I'm going to call a meeting. Listen, this is what's happening. So,
Right.
And this is what I'm experiencing.
Right.
I understand, especially when you have an understanding with who you're dating, especially,
Right.
you know what I mean? If you
Right.
maybe date someone who's a professional career person,
Right.
people get tired, this, that, and the third. People have kids, this, that, and the third. It's so many variables. I understand that. However,
Right.
if you have not reserved enough energy to want to engage with me in some capacity intimately,
Right.
we have to have a talk. And consecutively, though, it's not like every once in a blue moon. Yeah. We talk
Right.
about a consecutive basis.
Right.
This is for the people who have sex once a week. This is for the people who have sex twice a month. This is for those people.
Right.
Like for those people who are working all day and then come home and their husband want to fuck and they tired, or vice versa.
Right.
On a consecutive basis. So
Right. Because sex is supposed to be a pleasurable exchange between two people. So my question is, if you don't enjoy that exchange to the point where you don't want to do it, you have to stand on that. And my problem is people don't want to stand on that. So it's like, I don't want to have sex with you for whatever reason. But I don't want you to have sex with anybody else. That's the problem.
therein lies the rub, ladies and gentlemen.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. Now, where's the solution? Here's the solution. Either you're going to have to share, or you're going to have to turn up whatever it is that you're doing. You're going to have to
step
change.
up. Right.
So now you leave it to her and you decide which one you think she's going to pick. Because it can only be one or the other.
Let me keep it tall. She's not going to pick either. And that's the dilemma. That's the dilemma. She's not going to pick step up. And she's damn sure not going to say, yo, I'm going to fall back and I'm going to let you do whatever you do. Now, you know what? Let me rephrase. There's some chicks that are definitely about that life and be like, all right, so let's just establish some ground rules. I know a couple, so I can't say that women aren't. Like, yo, I know some really, really open kind of chicks.
For sure.
So, my thing is, there has to be a discussion. Like, I'm a solution-based individual.
Let's go there.
So we have a problem. We need to find a solution. Sometimes, and you know me pretty well, I can compartmentalize. I can take myself way out of it.
For sure.
And sometimes you have to. So, all right, this is the problem. We need to have a solution. The problem is I crave intimacy in my relationship often. You're not giving me enough intimacy in this relationship for me to feel fulfilled. We need to find a solution. Now, for me personally, I don't like charity sex. So, you giving me charity sex is not a solution. So, you're either gonna have to enjoy it, find a way to enjoy it, or you're gonna have to allow me to enjoy it in another space. And this is the part where the possession and all of that kicks in. So it's like, no, I don't want you to do that, but I don't want to do this either. Or I'm unable to do this. So you're just kind of stuck in limbo.
What's the point?
Hey, man.
I think once you get to that point where you have to like say, yo, I'm not getting enough sex, or I'm not like, oh, like, yo, the mere fact that I even have to bring this up is egregious to me. Like,
Right.
it sounds crazy to
Right.
me that I even have to have a discussion
Right.
about a lack of sex or a lack of intimacy.
But bruh, This is happening all over the world.
No, there's no question about it. I'm just talking about from my own internal, prideful, manly gauge.
No, I think
I'm
most men feel exactly the way you do.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say what the hell you know what I'm saying, how I'm feeling, because I'm like, yo, and especially if I feel like if I'm the one that's saying, yo, this is what I need, and because a lot of times a man might say that, and she might feel like, oh, I am doing something. Oh, she might feel like, oh shit, I'm not doing enough.
Right.
And then I'm like, yeah, you're not doing enough, and she might get offended.
Well,
so you won't get organic, genuine fucking love. You feel it's not gonna be from the heart. And so now it's like you putting niggas in a pickle.
Right.
So it's like, so what do you want me to do? If I'm single, what do you want me to do about that? If I'm married,
what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do about that?
And that's when you're in serious, committed, exclusive relationships, and these things happen. Oh, the waters get very murky.
No, beyond a shadow of a doubt, they get murky.
They get very murky because there's supposed to be a certain commitment to each other, and not even just sexually. So, because this is where it gets murky. If you say you want to step out because your needs are not getting met, she's going to accuse you of not being committed to this relationship, to this union, not being acceptive of the things that's going on in her life that's depriving you of your sexual needs. Right.
Red light, hotline bling.
Red line bling. Yep, bling bling. There we go. Yo, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you today, bro?
What?
You are on a different type of time.
What?
Oh my God.
What is the problem with what I said?
I mean,
I don't understand. What's the problem with what I said?
It's no real problem with what you said.
man, listen. I'm 41 years old. I'm about to be 42. I'm in my prime.
Oh my God.
There is no time.
I'm with you.
There's no time for this is how I get down. You know what the vibes is like off top.
All right. So there's a level of transparency. I get it.
It has to be a level of transparency. And I'm just like, yo, my frustration is like why women aren't competitive enough when those cards are laid out. It's like I don't understand that. Like, now, can I ask you a question though?
Go ahead.
Like
shoot.
Then tell me your honest take. Like,
shoot.
Is all fair in love and war?
I guess, yeah. I don't like that all is fair in love and war, but yeah.
Nigga, that's the code that I go by.
Right.
All is fair. If another dude comes up and take my chick, that is on me. Hey, listen.
All right. So my whole take on that is if they was able to take them, she wasn't yours.
Exactly. But I'm not putting stock in it like that. But It's still on the other end. If I'm with you, I'm going to make sure I am going to go above and beyond to make sure it imprint you enough to where you're not even going to be thinking about or want to go, even if you get pursued, even if your DMs is full.
Right.
My goal is to be 1, 2, 1, 2,
right.
1, 2 in your rotation.
Right.
Now we going in. Let's just be real. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're dating. I'm trying to be 1 or 2 in your number 1 or number 2 in your rotation. I'm not trying to be the nigga I text you and you text me back 3, 4, 6 hours later or a day later or whatever. Right. Like, nah. I want the immediate joint. I text you, you text back. What's good? What's good?
Right.
The same thing, vice versa. Like, right. So we all on one accord on one page.
Right.
And so, and that's what I'm saying. Once you get in a relationship, women change that they change that energy. They switch it. It switches when you get in when you call them boyfriend, girlfriend, when you call husband and wife, you get it switch. It's almost like, yo, and then when you switch it, it's like, yo, how can you bag me and I bag you and allow to be in a relationship, allow a relationship to occur off of this energy?
Right.
Not saying that it's going to always be high pace.
Right.
All I'm saying is that I'm going to work hard to keep that energy going because that is the flame that I'm used to. That is the flame that I like.
Right.
And as soon as you take a dip on that, now we have to have a talk.
Right.
And I can't compromise on that.
Right. But my whole thing is human nature. People get complacent. That's just what it is.
For sure, people get complacent, but that's what I'm saying is like...
Not that it's right. It's not right.
It's not right at all.
It's not right.
I'm not accepting that.
Right.
I'm not accepting, I don't feel like myself. I'm not hearing, the baby I got postpartum. I'm not hearing none of that. I'm not hearing none of that. Love yourself enough to get the fuck up and go to the gym and get your snatch back. Snap your shit back and get back to where you pleasing your man. You be in top tier shape so we can continue doing what we doing.
Well, I like chubby girls, so that don't matter.
Even so, there's chubby fit girls.
Right.
You can be a big girl and be fit.
Yeah, I got my chubby girls keep hella fine shape.
That's what I'm saying. But and she in shape for you sexually.
Right. No doubt.
So
right.
That's my thing. Like you gonna be in shape? Cause I'm in shape. And if
you run 5 miles a day, though, Worm.
I'm in shape. But I also work.
Yeah.
I also have a career. I also have a I also and I make time and I don't skip out.
Right.
And I don't cheat you. And I bring the A game every single time when you ready for it. So when it's ready to go down and you want to switch up the game, and then you just want to call.
No, I get it.
You just want to claim. You just want to claim ownership, like, you ain't getting none, and you can't go nowhere. Or I'm not gonna work hard enough to.
Right. Now,
that's the beef.
I get it, and certain things have. That's when the contracts got to be renegotiated. You know,
that's another one of my theories. I think marriages should be contracts. I should think it should be at least 2 to 3 year contract, and you should be able to re-up and renew afterwards. And once your contract runs out, after you sign up for 2-3 years, once your contract runs out, you should be able to walk away scot-free or have an option to renegotiate. It should be treated just like an NBA sports contract or any other contract. That's my take.
I mean, I'm not necessarily mad at that concept. It would keep everybody on their toes.
For sure. It'll keep you competitive.
It'll keep everybody on their toes. It definitely will.
It'll keep you competitive. I want women to be more competitive for us men. That's what I want. That's what I want.
All right. So, do you think they're not competitive, period, or they're not competitive after they get you?
Both.
Really? Now, I'm totally with after they get you.
Definitely
after they get you.
Definitely after they get you.
After they get you, they definitely slow roll. But even before? Before?
You think they compete? You think women are competing for your attention?
All right. I don't think. All right. I want to tell a story.
Please.
So, I was talking to this female, right? And she was like, yo, be honest. I said, how many women are you sleeping with? So I'm like,
you didn't answer that, did you?
Shit, yes, I did. So I said, all right, it's like spades. I'm transparent, bro. I give 0 fucks.
Did she share her body count?
I didn't give a fuck.
That's what I'm saying.
But hold on, let me finish.
Finish. You're going to court.
Let me finish. So she says, I said, it's like spades. So do you want me to count the spade books or do you want me to count the possibles too? Right? So she said, yeah, go ahead, count the possibles. So
possibles. Shout out to the possibles.
So I'm sitting here, yo, no bullshit. No bullshit. I'm like, yo, I'm legit. Like I damn near run out of fingers, right? And this is just at that moment.
Brenda, Keisha.
Word. Super DMX. Second verse, right? And she says to me, yeah, I'm about to get rid of all of those. Going back to the competitive.
I like that energy.
Going back to the competitive nature.
I like that energy.
And low key, she did. Low key, she did. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say that the women, when they were interested in me, weren't competitive, bro. Like, and maybe it was because I was DJ Doughboy and I'm heavy in the strip club and I'm around a whole bunch of women and
You have status.
that they felt like they had to compete.
They want the status.
They felt like it was a lot of competition. Now, once they actually started to date me and they realized that I'm just a nerd in hip hop clothing, you know,
They went to go find another guy who's really like that.
Yeah. Then it got the
and they'll cheat on you with that guy.
Then they got complacent, right? But I will say initially, competition was fierce.
Listen, it was a young lady. I was watching a clip on YouTube, not on YouTube, on Twitter yesterday. A young lady walked up to this gentleman, handed him a rose, sparked up a conversation, and bagged him just like, and it was like the greatest exchange. This clip was like 30 seconds long, and I was just like, oh my God.
And he'll never forget that for the rest of his life.
And he won't go anywhere. In my opinion.
Right.
If I'm meeting a young lady like that under those circumstances, it's a different, you're wired different. It's not even, it's like, holy, like, the mere fact that you did that makes me think that you look at me as a god, as that, like, so right. I don't have to, because men, we work so hard to make ourselves valuable to have an opportunity to have sex or to be in a relationship or to talk to a girl. We have to work so hard. So by the time we get there, it's like, oh shit, we might get rejected. We get rejected more oftentimes than we get accepted.
Of course.
So the mere fact that the barrier was now broken,
right? And
she a vibe, and you like, yeah. So what? And he was like, yeah. So what's your Instagram or what's your like? It fucked him up.
Of course. Of course, he wasn't ready for that.
And those are the ones that are going to be, they're going to be wives. In my opinion, those are going to be the ones that's kept a long time if they keep that same energy.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. It's about...
You disagree?
No. I definitely agree. The problem with all of this is we're forgetting... A friend of mine said, and I think it was my man Steve Donaldson. This is my man. I do a lot of. If you saw the podcast with me sitting on the chairs, the director's chairs,
yes,
it's one of those guys. My man Steve said, everything is about power, except sex, and sex is about power. Now, what happens is, women initially.
Wait. Everything is about. Wait, say that
everything
again?
is about power.
Everything is about power.
Except sex.
Except sex.
But even sex is about power. So at the end of the day, everything is power dynamics. And I've been trying to tell this to people for the longest.
Unpack that for me.
Everything is power dynamics, bro. Women and men, the interaction is all power dynamics. Women are only attracted to men that they can look up to in any capacity, and that's power,
security,
whatever it is.
That's what they're looking for. Not
always
security and provision. Yes, that's what they're looking for.
Not always.
Well,
so okay, all right. So if that's all they're looking for, you could be the one to provide for them. You can put them in a house. You can do all of that. They'll still see you as lame and fuck somebody who drives does wheelies on a motorcycle. Why?
They're gonna do that anyway.
But why? Because that is badass, and being badass is a sign of power. That's why people like bad boys. That's why they like individuals who break the law, because those kind of things exhibit a certain amount of power. That's why they like men in suits, because it's power. They're attracted to men in uniform. It's power. It's all power dynamics. Now the problem with that is you could be the most powerful person in the world, fall in love, and now you have shown signs of weakness. You understand what I'm saying? So now, no matter how powerful you are at your job, no matter how badass you are in the street, she sees that you a sucker for her. You understand what I'm saying? Now she treats you like a sucker, even though you're a murderer out in the street. I've seen real live gangster motherfuckers turn bitch in front of they girls, run home like they got a curfew just because they girl would be mad. And these are the people, I'm telling you, rockabye baby, murder you in broad daylight, New Jack City shit. Because no matter how powerful they are, the love makes them weak. So therefore, and I'm gonna bring this back to me, I'm this popular, well-established, money-making DJ who stands in front of a crowd and can make them do all kinds of shit. That's power.
For sure.
That's power. They are attracted to the power. Then they realize that Superman is really Clark Kent when the power goes off on the turntables, and it's like,
So the question would be,
right.
do we always show them the Clark Kent because they don't deserve the Superman?
I mean, most of the women that I've dated like the Superman way more than they like the Clark Kent.
The Superman is way cooler. The Superman is why you bag them.
Right.
They want you because you're Superman to them.
Right. So they're gonna say, we welcome the Clark Kent. Because that's the right thing to say.
They welcome the Clark Kent, but that's not who they want.
Right. But they're not gonna say that. They're not gonna say that.
No, they're not gonna say that. But for the ones who already know that they're not gonna say that, even though that's what they're thinking, now I'm going to move a certain way now.
But
I'm gonna, because I'm the nice, I'm one of the nice guys. People look at me, they're nice, you know what I mean? But I move like.
But most women aren't going to say that, and most men are not going to accept that. And that's where it all gets wonky. You see what I'm saying?
I just want a free world.
What, you want to live back in the 60s?
That's
free
it,
love?
Yeah, free love, man,
And bone on the beach and shit?
And just, live a poly lifestyle.
Really? You really want to do that?
I thought about that. I got a couple homies that's in the that have poly relationships or been in relationships with multiple women at the same time, and I always find it like intriguing. Like, what would be the benefit of me being in a relationship with two women, and like, what is the parent? I feel like it's like hella rules and like red tape and like mad hoops you got to jump through and conversations and meetings you got to have because women get in their feelings. So I'm just like, it seems cool from a distance and afar. You look at people and be like, oh yeah, and then a lot of guys will be like, damn, you got two girls, you got two, and I'm just like, nah. I'm looking at the day-to-day operations of what that would be like, and is that something I want to put up with? You know what I'm saying? It's like two.
If you have mature individuals, and once again, levels of transparency. See, anything can be possible if you have understanding individuals, clear communication, and you negotiate well.
That's what I'm saying with my whole rant earlier. This is how it's going down over here. You gonna rock with it or you not gonna rock with it. And they're gonna make the choice,
right?
And when you give them the ball like that, and know that I don't care what you do with the ball, then that is when you have the power, or what we would call leverage,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because no one wants to look like they're the needy person or the one that's always, you know what I mean?
And you'll be amazed at what people will agree with if you just tell them the truth.
And that was something my homeboy told me.
It's the truth, bro.
He was in a relationship with two, like, yes, they were in a, I don't know, whatever. And I was like, I was just so intrigued. I was like, yo, how did you get two girls to agree to be in a relationship with just you? And he was like, yo, you're not gonna believe this shit. But I just said it. I was honest. He was like, yo, I want to be with you. I love you. And I want to be with you. And I love you. And I feel like both. And he just was honest. And they both were with it.
You'll be amazed.
And I was blown away like, wow, that's crazy.
You will be amazed at what people will agree with if you put it to them and communicate clearly and be transparent.
Fellas, say it again for the fellas.
You will be amazed at what people will agree with if you communicate effectively and you're transparent and you just give them the truth.
Listen, give them the truth and don't be scared of these motherfuckers, man. They trying to scare you. Don't be scared of them. Tell them what you want and let them make a decision. And don't care either way of what decision they make.
I mean, that's part of it. That's actually all of it.
For me, that's all of it.
That's all of it. You have to have a certain level of detachment
For sure.
to the outcome.
Absolutely. But that's a key to peace, though.
Right.
It's like you got to either be on my program because I'm only operating in one way and you got to get with it, or you got to get going. And it's cool either way.
Right.
But
right.
I'm not going to have my peace disrupted. My peace is paramount.
Right.
So
Peace is everything.
No one's going to disrupt that. And even when you decide to get into a relationship, like that has to be like, yo, this is how I roll.
Right.
I don't want this bothered. This is how I rock. Everything else is cool. Whatever you got, all right, I'll agree to that. But this right here, because we are the relationship key holders.
Right.
So it's like, you're going to be in a relationship with me. This is how we're rocking.
And I honestly, I think that goes for both parties. I think everyone should have their parameters. There are parameters for everything in life, period. So there are things, and I always say this. It's funny because I say this when I talk about my children, because they be like, your kids do whatever the fuck they want. And I'm like, they really don't. I said, my parameters are wide, but they're static. The problem with most people, they either don't have any parameters or their parameters fluctuate with how they feel. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So 1 minute, their parameters are wide and they allow a lot of things. And then the next moment, their parameters are very, very short and they don't allow anything. And that causes confusion with the people that you're engaging with because they don't know what the deal breakers are from moment to moment. You understand what I'm saying? And that's something that we have to work on just in general. This is what it is, and you can't go past here. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, man, it's not. Listen, man.
Relationships are complex, bro.
But why does it have to be though? It doesn't have to be. It really doesn't have to be.
And it's funny because I just posted the clip of me and you talking about women being complex. I literally just posted that from the last podcast, and it's because we continue to put our beliefs, standards on the next person, and how I feel about certain things may not be how you feel. So I can't assume that you feel that way. I have to communicate with you to see how you feel, and then we come in the middle. There is no middle for most of us. It's just, all right, I feel like this, so that's what it is. No, I feel like this, so that's what it is. And it's just this. Over and over and over and over until somebody buckles.
Listen, and I'm not doing all of that. Anybody got time for that shit? Listen, fellas, at the end of the day, find you a young lady that's going to rock with you for you and want to be around you and looks at you like you are. And if she don't give you that look, trust me, yo, it's not gonna be worth it. You're gonna be fighting an uphill battle. Get someone that's gonna love to be around you, want to do everything for you. You're gonna know what time it is when you meet her, if you are even looking for her. You really should just be looking to have those experiences with yourself and for yourself, to be honest with you, and take the time to do that for yourself. And that, I think that's the biggest message, I think, for today is like, not a lot of people taking the time to spend time on them and be selfish with yourself. You know what I'm saying? And like, and that goes for men and it goes for women.
Right.
It's like, like on the men's side, it's like you should have your goals in place. You should have the things that you're into, and you should be immersed in those things. You should be building a community and a planet and an ecosystem where you are growing and striving, and it is the path of least resistance, and it is a path of peace and a path of prosperity and a path of growth and expansion. And the focal point of that is you yourself. And anything or anybody that wants to come inside that funnel, inside that planet, you have to vet them like a hawk, like you are walking outside your fortress with a goddamn AK-47, because it is important that you protect your peace.
Right.
It is important that you don't have any distractions with what it is that you're going through and what it is that you're working on and how it is that you're living your daily lifestyle. And anybody that wants to come in and don't want to get with that program, do not let them in the door. Do not let them in the door.
I think that's easier than what's really going on. I think we do have a decent vetting process. I think what happens is we let them in, and then when things get murky, we do not kick them out.
You got to kick them out. You have
That's
to kick
the
them
most
out.
important part.
You have to kick them out, and you can't, like we were saying on the last show, you can't ignore the check engine light.
Right.
You have to kill it from the door, because the women are gonna test you. They're gonna do little shit. This is a test your gangster. See if you're gonna do this. See if you go. And a lot of times, it's crazy. They do it. It sounds manipulative or whatever, but it is what it is. But you really have to come through in the clutch and deliver on your assurance that you know who you are as a person, and you're not gonna accept no other shit that's gonna deter or take away from that.
That's the key. I think 9 times out, because men make horrible decisions. But I'll say 5 times out of 10, we do a decent vetting process. It's decent. It's not epic, but it's decent.
I think it's decent. I think we might have a better vetting process than women.
Oh yeah, right.
I think we're better vetters.
It's decent. But then once complacency sets, once everything starts to get weird, we continue to ride it out. And it's funny because as much as we are cheaters, we are definitely more loyal to the situation itself.
For sure.
We'll do all kinds of wild cheating shit. We will not break up with them or kick them out, and we will know it's wrong. We will know we unhappy. We will know everything.
We don't want to go nowhere.
Right.
We be cheating and come back home.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
We will not just get rid of the problem, though. And that's where I'm saying, when you're saying to the young men, work on yourself, do this, that, and the third. I think that's something that they all know. Most dudes I know around here are trying to work on themselves. They're trying to get to the bag. They're trying to do all that. They get into a relationship and they realize that the relationship is not making them better. It's not doing what they thought it was supposed to do, but they don't get rid of the relationship. And it slows them down. It slows them down. It slows them down. It eats away at their soul, but they still stay.
What are the benefits of being in a relationship today for a man?
Depends on the woman you with, bro. Depends on the woman you with. Because if you got someone who's, worth their weight, they multiply, man. Like I tell the woman that I kick it with, like her superpower is to augment everybody else's superpowers, bro. Like it's amazing to watch what she does as she helps and benefits and builds with the people she engages with. Everybody that she's with gets better. That is the black woman's superpower, bro. And they don't understand that. Their power is they multiply, they make things better, bro. They just don't tap into that shit, or they are so scared to use that power for other people because they think them people are gonna walk away from them and abandon them and leave them fucked up. So now they don't use their superpower because they can't use their superpower on themselves. The superpower is to make that person, their sister, their boyfriend, their husband, to push that person up. That's their superpower, bro. And they don't understand that. And it's amazing what you will see when you get a sister that's down for you, that's about that shit. When they pour into you, yo, bro, the sky be the fucking limit. So what is the benefits of a relationship? When you get a real one, yo, the benefits are out of this world. The problem is most of us don't get real ones, or they're real ones, and then as time goes on, the shit gets weird. I could say personally, the majority of the women that I dated when we were dating and when we were chopping it up and when we were on great terms, yo, I was definitely a better person. I made more money, all kinds of shit. Now, once it got bad, everything went to shit. But when it was good,
everything went to shit.
Oh, bro, it was bad.
That's the part that's like everything goes to shit. I don't like that part. But I really don't, and I think I want to do my best to like not have that happen anymore. And experience that.
It's constant transparency and communication, and being able to
have sex with other people when the person that you're with doesn't want to have sex with you or don't make time to have sex with you anymore.
Yo, you are staying on that, kid.
That's just the zone I'm in.
That is the type of fucking time you're on.
Because people are experiencing that.
No, definitely.
I'm just saying, and I just don't think it's cool. I think that it's selfish, and I think that it makes a very confusing environment because you may start looking at yourself like, damn,
I'm whack. Yeah, I'm not popping.
My girl don't even want to fuck with me.
Right.
Damn, right. All right, damn shit. Yeah, I'm coming home late.
Yeah, like it goes to sleep.
I guess it goes to sleep, but I don't know. I need to find out how to, get that shit to stay on.
Right.
But if not, then I'm just gonna have to record in chunks or until I figure it out.
Right. So I mean, we got.
What you know?
We got hella.
This is the I gotta do all the legwork now, and you know what I'm saying until somebody want to give me some money and then what I'm saying I can build a production studio and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And hire people and just have a whole thing and I can just what I'm saying.
So you really want to do like some poly shit? Like that's the type of time you want?
I thought about it. Because I was just like, I was only thinking about it in a sense of, once again, it was totally selfish. By reason, I was thinking of like, all right, in sexual selfishness, by the way.
Right.
Okay, so I know eventually one of you, well, if I'm dating one person, eventually I know I'm waiting for you to run out of gas.
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to run out of steam. I'm waiting for you to drop the ball.
Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm going to go as long and be as consistent.
Okay.
Forever. Until there's a change. And
so why don't you just stay single?
That is a great question. That is a great question. I don't know how to answer that. And then
sounds simple.
It does sound very simple. But I kind of like being in a relationship, though. You're
a fucking dirtbag, yo.
I kind of like it. I kind of like. Is it my cake and eat it too? Yeah, yes. I kind of like it. Whatever. Yes. That's kind of how I kind of roll.
Yes.
I don't know. Whatever.
Yo.
I'm not looking at it from. Well, I don't know. Just be single. No, because I kind of like the companionship and the company of a woman on a consistent basis. All right. I also enjoy my own space, my own company, company.
Really?
Yes, a great deal. Even now, more so. You know what I'm saying? Which is why it's easy for me to date someone like or normally date career women because it's just like I can go the distance because you know what I'm saying. It's like whatever.
Okay,
If that makes any sense.
I mean,
but however, yes, I can be single, and really being in a relationship is totally my choice.
Right.
And I'm having a good time, and I'm with someone that I enjoy spending time with.
Okay.
And
I'm glad you said that.
And I'm gonna ride that till the wheels fall off.
I'm glad you said that.
And it is what it is.
All right, I'm glad you said that.
You glad I said that? Why? You didn't think I was gonna say that?
Because you've been wailing all day.
How have I been wailing all day? Because of what I've been saying?
Yeah,
I just been talking about men in general and dating and stuff. I'm just and talking about my life experiences and talking about my frustrations a little bit.
Yo,
and
you are hella frustrated.
Talk about
today.
that. I'm definitely frustrated today. I definitely need to have a smoke after this show and a drink. I got my Hennessy waiting for me over there.
Oh boy!
And I'm gonna order some pizza and just you know what I'm saying and just vibe out and chill and think about. Think about how am I going to keep the spice going in your relationship.
Because that's key. That's key. Keeping things going in relationships is key, and it gets a little more difficult as time goes by. Now, I'm weird because every woman I've ever dated has said, like, you can damn near set a clock by me, which makes me relatively boring. And, yo, it definitely does. But the good thing, I'm hella consistent. So where I make up, where I lack in, I guess, spice, I make up in consistency. I'm hella consistent.
You are hella consistent.
Right, I'm hella consistent. So even I'm trying to find that balance. But, the woman I'm with is very consistent. And so it works for us. We both boring as fuck. So it really works.
You gotta be with somebody that's just like, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way, you know what I mean?
Yo, remember the scene in Paid in Full when Ace was talking to Money Making Mitch's sister and she was like, you're boring, but I'm boring too.
Yeah.
That's it.
For sure.
That's it. So it works for me. But for other folks who need a certain level of spice and that shit.
I need the spice.
Y'all need spice. So
I need the spice, man. I'm erratic. I'm loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
I'm unpredictable.
Yeah.
I'm mysterious and quiet. But I'm also sociable and approachable.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's just how I roll. and it takes a certain woman to even be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to rock with that.
You know what? Yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Like, I can see... You know what? I can see women thinking that shit is hella fucking dope in the beginning and then running out of gas.
What is this buzzing? Is your phone on you? Is that your phone in your pocket? That's what is going on.
No, my shit off.
Yeah, but your waves, put your phone over there. It's next to this. I was wondering the whole time, like, you've been hearing it, bro, right?
Yeah, but...
And I'm like wondering, oh.
But it wasn't ringing tonight.
Nah. All right, though.
What up?
Let's just get... How much sex is not enough sex?
For me?
Yes. If you get once a week, what is prime time?
For me? Because, I don't like to put my business on the street, bro. Bro, I'll fuck a hole in a mattress, bro. Like, I gets down.
Yo.
So
can I just put a pin in that? Because you're in the 40s club.
Yeah.
Well into the 40s club.
Yeah.
I'm new.
Yeah.
My sex drive has freaking spiked. Is that what it's like on this side of 40?
I don't know, but I've always been ridiculous. Like,
I've been ridiculous, but now I feel like this is extra, like, Fast and Furious fucking Nas Tank ridiculous.
Bro,
like, what the fuck? I don't know.
So with me, like, and so...
Because I gotta tell you about this conversation I had today.
How
about what is?
See,
come on a weekly basis, how much you think you should be? You know what I'm saying, getting it in. If you're
all right, so if you're living together,
if you're living together, are you living with your
No.
people? Okay,
no. But if you're living together,
if you're living together,
shit. Yo,
how much? Come on, say the number though.
Maybe 2-3 times a week is cool with me.
2-3 a week?
Yeah, 2-3. Like me, yo, I lay smacks down, son. So
2-3 a week is for you. What is if you had like got to like once a week?
I would depending on the situation. If everybody is busy and moving around and it's crazy, I could live with once a week. We have to have a conversation though. We would have to have a conversation though.
That's the house was on fire, or there's smoke. Somebody burned something.
We would have to have a conversation, but
but
once again,
that's interesting. That's an interesting number. Yo, my number sounds crazy.
Like you like 4 or 5. You like 4 or 5. Daily, damn near.
Daily, ain't no damn near. Like I have the energy to.
Oh, I definitely got the energy.
Like,
but
for sure. Yeah, I got the time.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, remember, I was married with 2 kids.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck though. I'm married and I have kids too. I make time though. You miss what I'm saying though. I make the time. Even with what I'm doing, I'll extend my day further. I'll stay up later.
Right.
I'll get up earlier. I'll make the time.
I get it.
That's what I'm saying. And no one's making the time. Everyone's just like, well, fuck it. This is how I feel and this is at the third. And not considering the other person.
Right.
Not considering the man who is definitely going to be the villain for skipping out because he ain't getting it where he was supposed to be getting it from.
Nah, I get it. But I can understand. Like, I'm way more understanding than you. I guess that's the Libra in.
Is it? I'm not understanding. Am I not understanding? Is this? Am I unreasonable?
Daily is unreasonable, bro.
Daily is unreasonable. Daily is unreasonable. But, however, let's just say 3-4 times a week is the standard, right? Let's just say.
And I'll say this: that's a lot for the average person. That's relatively normal for me. Like if I'm living with somebody, oh no, it's going down. Like
if I'm living with somebody, my number should be like 6 to 8 a week.
Right, because you doubling up on certain times. If I'm living with you, right.
And if you in shape,
yeah,
and you see me for like I'm the motherfucking.
Right.
That's the type of sex I like. That's the type of relationship I like to be in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think most people do.
Whatever. We landing this plane anyway. We already like an hour and 13.
You're going to have a lot of editing.
I got a lot of editing to do. I got a lot of explaining to do. I don't care.
Stop it.
Everybody knows how I feel. She knows how I feel. There is no surprise. There is no surprise. There is no secrets.
Transparency is key.
And that was her rule. I'm like, oh, you want nigga to be open and transparent, huh? Okay, yeah. All right, watch this.
Transparency is
this
key.
Is what it is.
Transparency is key. I mean, as long as everybody is talking and
everybody's talking, everything is good. Listen, I am in a great relationship. Everything's great. Just celebrated 3 years. Had a great little weekend, you know what I'm saying? Saw 2 Broadway shows. Saw Beetlejuice on Friday, MJ yesterday on Sunday. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Dinner and everything. Everything's great. It's a vibe. I'm not tripping. However, if them numbers get down to 1, ooh,
yeah, I get it. I get it. I do. I get it.
And she know that. And she know that though.
Yeah, I ain't mad at
she know that. She know that dealing with me though. Like that's the rule for me though.
Right.
Like because when you get with me, you have to understand. Like I'm not a regular normal dude. Like I don't have the typical 9 to 5. I don't have the typical network of friends. Like I'm not a typical person. I'm just not.
Right.
Typical. So I'm just like when you come to me, you have to kind of be like not so typical also, or typical enough to where you understand me.
And understand what you signed up for.
And understand what you signed up for. That's why I'm like, if you understand me, then you have to have some presence of self within yourself to understand.
And I think that's a big problem. I think a lot of people sign up for things but don't know what they sign up for.
Nah, for sure. I already know that. I learned that 11 years.
Wow. They don't know, but they really don't.
You don't know what the hell you signing up for. It seems cool. And you know what else would trigger me? I'm just so tight. I'm so upset at everything today.
yo, bugging.
I'm just so upset. You know what? Because people don't, I'm starting to feel away. I'm starting to think it's me. I'm starting to think that people are like low key, like afraid to talk to me or like afraid to like tell me things.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. For some reason, I don't know if I have this air or vibe where I'm just like, oh, I'm just giving off like I have everything under control. So in everything, when you see me, it's like everything is good. I just got this vibe like everything is good, But I'm like, y'all see the duck on top of the water, but you don't see the feet under the water going fucking crazy.
Right. But hey, man, as long as everybody knows what they signed up for,
you got to know what you sign up for. You got to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, if you're a fella, take your time. If you're a female, don't run your body count up. Try to do it as much as you can without running your body count up.
Yeah.
Because they out here getting their body count up. We out of here, man. Listen, man, I love you.
I love you too.
I don't want to take your time, all of your time. I just wanted to get some things off of my chest. And you know what I'm saying? You being here is just a formality for my ridiculousness.
I see. Oh my God.
To shine forward and come through. You know what I'm saying?
Glad to be of service, man. It's what are friends for.
That's what friends are for.
Yes, that's what friends are for.
I'm serious.
We're going to get killed for this podcast.
I don't care. I got your back.
I'm good. I'm Gucci. You. I'm going to get a phone call for this podcast. Yo.
How so?
I'm going to get a phone call.
Listen,
when I get
they're
the
going to
phone
love
call,
this one.
When I get the phone call,
This is a classic.
I'm going to call you.
This is a classic. This is for the books.
Yeah, this is definitely for the books.
Because you got to be, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the married men out there, you know what I'm saying? Hold your head strong, you know what I'm saying? Your lady ain't, you know what I'm saying? She ain't putting it down lately, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I mean? Don't check her phone, dog. Don't check her phone. Just already know.
Oh my God.
And all my ladies, you know what I'm saying? You get what you do, you know what I mean? Find you something, you know what I mean? Make sure you competitive. Keep them other, you know what I'm saying? Keep them other joints off. You know what I'm saying? The best of your ability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So stay on your square.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, the rest is the rest. That's all I got to say. What you got to say before we go?
Hey, man, I'm just saying, one, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Also, just keep your communication levels high. Stay transparent. And everything else will fall into place, whether it goes the way you want it to go or it doesn't go the way you want it to go. It always goes the right way. So, on that note,
oh yeah, let me get a shout out to Black Love Wins. You know what I'm saying? First come love, then come marriage. This is my friends Lindsay and Aaron Jackson. They have a podcast, a marriage podcast, and we're actually going to be on there.
Oh my God.
Me and Tish, we're going to go on there.
Oh my God.
And I'm going to burn the entire building down.
Oh my God.
Because, they're such, when you see their page, they're such, they're the best couple ever, the best family. They have the two boys and a dog named Christmas.
Yeah, well,
And they just sold this whole, but I'm going in there.
Guns blazing.
Guns blazing.
Yeah. Well,
but just to get an honest take, so shout out to them. This is their merch.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying? And I made their merch. Shout out to Goodness and Mercy. This episode is sponsored by Goodness and Mercy and the Jersey Doughboy Project.
Yes.
Go get some mixtapes. Go get the house joint. You got the link?
Yeah, man. Bandcamp.com, Doughboy's Club Crate. You know what I'm saying? All your club house remixes, Jersey club joints. I got a bunch of that. Holla at me. All the social media sites at Jersey Doughboy. That's how we get down.
Yeah, he better than y'all niggas, and that's just bottom line. Peace.
We out of here. Peace.